So welcome to week one, and this is the first mini lecture in our series of 14 mini lectures in total. Um, so thinking historically can be challenging, especially when we use current times to try to understand the past. As you know, the events of the past are always being reviewed and reflected upon in different ways, depending on our own point of view and sometimes the decade or time period from which we are looking at it. As the interpretation of historical events change over time, so too does our understanding of those events. So to get us started this week, I've assigned a few journal articles to help us begin thinking historically about the study of religion in America. And I want you to read the articles in the order that they are listed in your syllabus and on Blackboard, beginning with the Catherine Albanese introduction, An Elephant in the Dark. This introduction to the chapter of her book, America, Religions and Religion, I think will help you find a working definition of religion that we can move forward with as we go along. She describes religion as arising in the context of dealing with boundaries, whether it be physical, territorial, or temporal. And she states that all Americans participate in a long tradition of mixing boundary questions with religious questions. So go ahead and read that and let me know what you think about that. And then I want you to read Thomas Tweed for an overview of the historiography of the study of religion in America. If you have any questions about what historiography is, I will add a link to the announcement page so that can kind of refresh your memory on what I mean by historiography. And I've also uploaded a short clip of Thomas Tweed talking about his book in the announcement. I think it's in the Start Here page. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at that video before you read his article, that might be helpful. The next journal article is by David Chidester, The Church of Baseball, the Fetish of Coca-Cola, and the Potlatch of Rock and Roll, Theoretical Models for the Study of Religion in American Popular Culture. I think this is a very interesting article. I hope you'll find it interesting as well. It deals with the culture of religion in America and suggests that the very term religious is contested. It asks the reader to reconsider what counts as religion. I think this is a very important factor when we talk about religion in America, and particularly in American culture. And the very last article is When Worlds Collide by Kenneth Auchincloss. This was published in Newsweek in 1991, so it's a little old, but I still think that it's very relevant, and it's a great starting place for us as we kind of dive into the beginning of the semester to think about, the title of our class, Differing Experience. The title of the week one class is Differing Experiences of Colonization and Conquest. So I think that his article can help you kind of frame the starting point for this class, talking about what happened in 1492, life in much of the world in terms of the United States, and where the area we're talking about has never been the same. And so whether celebrated or condemned, you can decide for yourself after reading his piece. And I have added a follow-up piece to the Blackboard weekly materials underneath the links to these readings so that you can read. There's a response to Auchincloss's article, and that might be something you want to take a look at too, to see what the response was at the time to that. The last four documents listed on your syllabus for week one, these are primary documents. I want you to read these and decide for yourself what the important takeaways are from these documents. Take notes, form questions, and try to answer those questions. You'll see on the syllabus that I've also assigned reading in the Gestad textbook. Now, I don't think that all of you have received your books. It's still early in the semester, and I'm not sure if you've had a chance to get onto eCampus and order. So I'll let you play catch up when you need to I assume you can probably get the book within a week or two, and you won't be too far behind at that point. So if you've been able to read in the textbook and you want to incorporate that in the your class discussion post, certainly do that. If you have not received your Gstaad textbook and you aren't able to, that's fine too. You can catch up on that reading when you do receive that book. As with any of the readings that I assign over the semester, it's not my intention that you have to either agree or disagree with the material presented. I just hope that the reading offers you a jumping off point so you can start diving in and drawing your own conclusions about the history of religion in America. So take notes as you read so that you can craft a post for the weekly discussion board. I want your post to show that you have closely read and carefully thought about all of the ideas presented. I also want to see that you've started to form your own ideas about the material and that you're prepared to engage in a discussion about your findings. Over the course of the semester, we'll examine religion from some of the directions that you might expect, including formal beliefs, ideas, communal or institutional loyalties, and styles of worship. But we'll also look at religion's influence in life beyond the pews, so investigating the subtle but important links that have long brought religion into close contact with the intellectual, social, economic, and political concerns of America. So this week is just a jumping off point. I will be very active on the message boards, checking in with you to see how you're doing. I look forward to reading your discussion posts this week. And as always, if you have any concerns, you can always contact me. My information is on the syllabus. Thank you.